Now development is so easy. We're getting an influx of developers who have no ambition to learn how to code. And we're like there, like observing these people coming in and being like, oh, they're so lazy and this and that.
Did you guys talk about that with the study where it says LLMs make you dumber?
Yes,
There was-
we did. Yeah.
I saw an analysis of that, and the interesting thing is LLMs generally make you dumber if you don't know anything about the topic. But let's say you're well regarded programmer. If you use LLMs, it actually even boosts your learning rate. And the thing is, what this generally teaches us is you need to understand what you're doing because an LLM won't save you. But once you understand what you're doing and you use an LLM, it's going to boost your productivity by a fair margin.
So if you tell an AI something very generic, you become dumber. But if you say something very specific, you can actually learn from it. And every time you are too generic with your prompt, you also get something like really low quality. Like if you say make something beautiful, it doesn't really do a great job. It will give you something at best average. But once you know and you understand what is something beautiful or what is a great code architecture, you can hint at those specifics or literally tell it to apply those specifics, and then it can do them, and you can actually even ask for exploration. So one step above this would be to mention those specifics, but also ask for explorations or alternatives. But because you understand the basics, then you're talking in a whole different level with the LLMs, and you also get information that you might not had before, in opposed to be very generic and just ask it to build something, to write something very generic that you don't understand. So if you are specific and you are also trying to learn from these specificity, you can actually learn from LLMs.
I've actually been thinking about this dumb thing today. Someone did a review of probably Claude Code, because I watch loads of Claude Code stuff, but someone suggested using your voice, because I think a lot of people are using their voice to write their prompts, to whatever. I actually find it quite hard, but that's neither here nor there. And someone said, you said to use your voice, where is that feature, right? And they were looking, their brain is completely switched off, that they're looking for the feature to be given to them. When I translate that as, well, every single computer, every single phone has a dictation button. Like, you don't need to build a voice function to like type out a message, unless they meant like an interactive like response and conversation mode. Yeah. Why are people switching off when it comes to stuff? Like, I think I sent a tweet out months ago. I think it was someone looking for some sort of editing software or a visual effects tool or something like that. We're kind of like being conditioned to look for a SaaS tool or a SaaS product to do the exact thing we want. We've lost the abilities to sort of think, well, broken down, how can I achieve that with After Effects, with this or with that, right? And it's because of convenience. It's because we're being given this convenience aspect, and our brains just don't need to think, so we inevitably get dumber. And now development is so easy. We're getting an influx of developers who have no ambition to learn how to code. And we're like there, like observing these people coming in and being like, oh, they're so lazy and this and that. It's because it's been democratized, and we're just getting people. You're always going to get people who are lazy or dumb or whatever coming into your industry. And it's easy for us to stand on our high horse and think like, oh, they're just stupid or this or that. All that to be said, you're always going to get people who just who don't let the tool make them stupid. They actually, as you say, allow it to make them smarter. They use it to learn. They use it to get better. So I think it goes back to this idea of we're just a hyper-connected world where we're now able to see people when they always existed. You know, you're always going to get these people who are lazy and dumb using the same sort of tools that we use. But yeah, I think it just comes down to just being super hyper-connected. So who are we getting dumber? I just think that we're just being exposed to people who have always been there. They're just now entering our industry that we know a lot of, and all we can do is sit back and think that they're just being stupid.
Yeah. What we can definitely say is someone who was definitely lazy were the developers of the T app.
Oh, yes. Good segue.